Thank you for staying with us on Citizen Live at 1. The Parliamentary Committee on Security now wants the admission of 10,000 new police recruits to the Kenya Police Training College in Kiganjo halted immediately. The committee's chairman, Asman Kamama, has been directed to write a letter to the chairman of the National Police Service Commission, Johnston Kavuludi, asking him not to allow the recruits to be admitted due to the alleged malpractice in the recently concluded nationwide recruitment exercise. Our reporter Kendago Obadia now joins us from Parliament, where the issue arose. Good afternoon to you, Kendago. Tell us what transpired in Parliament.
Good afternoon to you, Anne. As you correctly put it, is that the National Assembly now wants the admission of the 10,000 police recruits to Kiganjo Police Training College to be suspended immediately following the claims of irregularities and corruption that marred the exercise. Earlier on, it was time for the chairman of National Security and Administration, Asman Kamama, to answer questions. He had been asked this question by Kiminini MP Chris Wamalwa, and yesterday the issue came up in the plenary, but Kamama requested to give the answer today, and in his answer he actually admits that there was corruption and irregularities in the recruitment exercise, widespread kind of, and he himself just suggested that the exercise should be repeated in those areas that had problems. But when the matter came up today and members contributed, every member of parliament who spoke claimed that there was a problem in the exercise in their various constituencies, and that now warranted that this exercise should actually be stopped. Nobody should be until Parliament dispenses the matter.
All right, our Kendago Obadia reporting there live for us from Parliament. Thanks for that. Now, pupils of Nyerere DEB Primary School in Ibencho, Kisii County have been forced to learn under a tree for the last 1 month after heavy rains and thunderstorms destroyed the building which housed their classrooms. Hassan Farah reports on the challenges the pupils face as they seek knowledge.
A spot check by Citizen TV at Nyerere DEB Primary School in Kisii County revealed how the school buildings had been damaged by thunderstorm 1 month ago, forcing pupils to learn under a tree. The poor state of the learning facilities has alarmed public health officers, who have warned that the walls of the classrooms could crumble and the building was therefore unsuitable for occupation. According to the school head teacher Obed Mireri, previous requests to the Kisii County government to address the problem have not been successful.
We have made applications, we have made them, we have called them, but nothing has been done. Parents have met severally to see what they can do. All the children have been learning outside, and we have faced harsh conditions. Reason being that sometimes the weather is very harsh to us, very cold, very hot, and as to such, even the syllabus coverage will not be the same as those ones who are learning inside.
The Parents Teachers Association PTA and the school's patron Lugard Obodi started the construction of a new building but were unable to complete it due to lack of funds. They are now appealing to the government for help.
Tunaomba serikali, even national government, even the county government, wakuja tafadhali wakuja wasaidie shule ili angalau hao watoto nao waweze kusoma, because it is even against the constitution of Kenya.
Kuandika mabarua kwa ofisi ya idara ya elimu, tukaandika kwa MC county representative wetu, tukaandika barua kwa CTF, tukaandika barua kwa gavana wetu Kisii County. Tangu wakati huu hakuna majibu hata kidogo yameshatolewa kwetu hapa.
The Bomachoge Member of Parliament Simon Ogari has promised to assist the school through the constituency's emergency kitty once cash from the Constituency Development Fund CDF becomes available. Hassan Farah, Citizen Live at 1.
The Nakuru County government has unveiled a multi-billion shilling county development plan aimed at consolidating the county's development agenda and eliminating misuse and wastage of funds. The integrated plan will see the county spend over 200 billion shillings in 5 years on various development projects.
The 5-year integrated Meru County Development Plan, whose planning input incorporated the Meru County government, the county assembly and various stakeholders, identifies and maps out Meru County's short-term development goals and allocates the necessary fund quotas for achieving the goals.
Kwa sababu huo mpango ndio mpango ambayo umepelekwa through process ya kupata ruhusa kutoka kwa washikandao wa kaunti ya Meru, na umepitia katika bunge la Meru na ukaidhinishwa na bunge. Kwa hiyo matumishi mengine yoyote nje ya hiyo mpango ni kinyume ya sheria.
The development plan similarly tackles core issues such as youth unemployment, job creation and infrastructure development, and offers several remedies. Meru Governor Peter Munya said because the plan had received the endorsement of the county assembly, any fund allocation beyond and outside the unveiled plan would be illegal.
Katika utumizi wetu wa fedha, pesa zitatumiwa, fedha itatumiwa kulingana na hiyo mpango. Hakuna matumizi mengine ya fedha ambayo yatakubaliwa nje ya huo mpango tumeweka.
Owino Wayne for Citizen Live at 1.
A huge fire this morning engulfed a Kenya Power Transmission substation next to a Kenya Pipeline Corporation depot in Nakuru Town. The fire was contained by combined efforts of the Nakuru County Fire Brigade and the Kenya Pipeline personnel. Liz Anyango reports.
According to the KPC Acting Regional Manager, Engineer Rosemary Odor, the fire started from a mega transformer inside the substation at around 7:25 a.m. this morning.
In the meantime, have to interrupt some supplies to reduce the number of people we are serving at any one time so that the transformers at Lanet can sustain the load.
The manager said the damage arising from the fire will affect normal power supply in the line areas. In the meantime, she said a substation located in Lanet will be used to supply power to the affected customers.
This transformer is damaged. It cannot be put back to use immediately. So it will have to be withdrawn from service, and we will have to bring in another transformer to replace it and put it back on supply. Then we'll be able to normalize the situation.
Firefighters from Nakuru County Government, Comply Industry and KPC managed to contain the fire. No one was injured during the incident. Liz Anyango, Citizen Live at 1.
Welcome to the business news. For some, this exotic bird is a good source of meat and eggs, and for others it is purely kept for its ornamental value. So what are we talking about? Well, this evening on Citizen TV's agribusiness segment, Smart Farm, we will delve into guinea fowl farming. The guinea fowl is among the wild birds that have been successfully domesticated by small-scale poultry farmers in the country. Our reporter Dennis Otieno met Benson Mushiri, a guinea fowl farmer based in Nairobi's Kayole estate, who narrated what guinea fowl farming is all about.
Rearing of guinea fowls is quite beneficial for anybody who would want to start such kind of an adventure. There are returns. The only thing that's required is dedication and seriousness. And for those who have such kind of ideas, they should not shy away.
The Democratic Republic of Congo is well known for its vast mineral wealth, which has over the years been the cause of bloody conflicts. But now the country has launched its first agricultural business park, the initial step in a plan to use its vast tracts of arable land to produce food, create jobs and wean the economy off its dependence on mining.
The Republic of Congo has 80 million hectares of arable land, and some 70% of the population works in farming, but most are involved in subsistence agriculture. However, the country spent $1.5 billion on food imports last year. To reverse that situation, the country's government has launched an agribusiness program that is aimed at enabling Congo to overcome its reputation for being one of the trickiest business environments and reversing the declining contribution of agriculture to the economy as the mining sector expands.
This initiative has potential to create durable growth and limit the vulnerability of an economy that depends on natural resources and fluctuations of international markets.
The government hopes foreign and local farmers here will produce a range of vegetables, including corn, beans and cassava, as well as meat and fish to be mainly sold in Kinshasa, which is home to some 10 million people. The government has spent $83 million setting up Bukanga Lonzo, where South African firm Moz Food and Energy carried out feasibility studies, and a South African consortium called Africom has been handed the management contract.
We call all private investors, national and international, as well as the bilateral and multilateral partners of the Congo to get involved.
President Joseph Kabila has pledged to radically reform agriculture in his country, which is rich in minerals and fertile land, but has endured decades of misrule and slipped into a series of conflicts since the 1990s. Kabila attended the launch driving one of the tractors due to be used to work the land, but he did not make any comment. Congo's per capita agricultural production has been in decline since the 1960s. 70% of its population lives on under $1 a day, according to John Ulimwengu, Senior Advisor for Agriculture and Rural Development in the Prime Minister's Office. Congo's economy is due to grow by 8.7% this year, extending a post-war revival as investors tap into the potential of the Central African nation, but the expansion is largely fueled by the Eastern-focused mining sector. Bukanga Lonzo in the west is meant to create 5,000 direct and between 12 to 15,000 indirect jobs. Similar sites are due to be rolled out in each of the country's 11 provinces.
Once these fields are developed, it will create jobs for those who will live around here. It will also improve the environment, and we think that such a project should be encouraged.
However, small farmers said the government should focus on helping those already in place, rather than handing large swaths of land to foreign investors. Activists also believe the government should also focus on small-scale farmers who have a role to play, for example, in selling produce to the business park, but Congo's priority has to be to modernize the sector as a whole.
Let's take a look at the Forex report now. And the Kenya shilling dipped slightly to the US dollar today, and traders said they expected to keep trading in a narrow band in coming days as dollar inflows from an upcoming bond auction were soaked up by corporate demand. The Central Bank of Kenya will be auctioning a 2-year treasury bond worth 10 billion shillings today. Commercial banks quoted the shilling at 87 shillings and 77 cents buying and 87 shillings and 94 cents selling. That's to the US dollar. The local unit gained to the euro to trade at 118 shillings and 17 cents buying and gained a cent to the sterling pound to exchange at 149 shillings and 80 cents buying. Regionally now, the shilling weakened against both the Tanzanian and Ugandan shillings to trade at 18 shillings and 84 cents buying and 29 shillings and 88 cents buying respectively. And from the Copacabana beach back to studio. You look so happy to be back home, to this cold weather, Bernard. No beach, no sand, no
Definitely,
sun.
of course, it was a very interesting experience. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
It's safe and sound,
Yeah.
because that's what's key.
Yeah.
But I'd say that it was definitely a World Cup of a lot of highs more than the lows, because of as far as the performances of some of the teams, as far as just the environment, the atmosphere of being in a World Cup. It was definitely something I'll not be forgetting anytime soon.
Well, we're happy to have you back.
Thank you so much.
What's coming up in sports?
Of course, the biggest story this afternoon in the world of sports is Kenya's performance in the World Junior Championships.
Yeah.
They're going on in the United States of America in Oregon.
Yeah.
Kenya managed to garner some medals. Of course, that's news. That's not too big news. Kenya's definitely, of course, dominating.
Duh.
Yes, it was expected. But unfortunately, the gold medal eluded them in that particular competition. Of course, I'll be telling the viewers as well as you who won that particular gold medal in the World Junior Championships.
All right, we're taking a short break. We're back with the sports after these messages.